struggles with meditation, ethical dilemmas, and community conflict were all forms of suffering to be treated with the medicine of Buddhist teaching. He was able to respond to the wide range of human troubles and possibilities from his own deep meditation, and also from the vast array of skillful means passed down by his teachers. Sophisticated meditative disciplines, healing practices, cognitive and emotional trainings, conflict resolution techniques, he used them all to awaken his visitors to their own qualities of integrity, equanimity, gratitude, and forgiveness. The wisdom which Ajahn Chah embodied as a healer also exists as an ancient written tradition, first set down as a record of the Buddha's teachings and then expanded by more than 100 generations of study, commentary, and practice. This written tradition is a great storehouse of wisdom, a profound exploration of the human mind, but it is not easily accessible to Westerners. At this moment, as I compose these words, a winter rainstorm is drenching my simple writer's cabin in the woods above Spirit Rock. On my desk are classic texts from each of the major historic schools of Buddhism: the comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma, the 8,000-verse large version of the Heart Sutra, with its teachings on form and emptiness, and a Tibetan text on consciousness by Longchenpa. Over time, I have learned to treasure these texts and know that they are filled with jewels of wisdom. Yet the Abhidhamma, considered the masterwork of the early Theravadan tradition and the ultimate compendium of Buddhist psychology, is also one of the most impenetrable books ever written. Similarly, for 2,000 years, the Heart Sutra has been revered in India, then China and Japan, as a sacred text of Mahayana Buddhism. But on first reading, it can sound like a mixture of fantastical mythology and nearly indecipherable Zen puzzles. And for most people, analyzing the chemistry of a life-saving drug might be as easy as deciphering some of Longchenpa's teachings on self-existent empty primal cognition. What we are all seeking is the experience that underlies these texts, which is rich and deep and joyfully free. Like my teacher Ajahn Chah, I've tried to convey the essence of these texts as a living, immediate, and practical psychology. Though this is a different role than that of more orthodox and scholarly Buddhists, it is central to bringing Buddhist teachings to a new culture. It has been a way of forging a non-sectarian and accessible approach to these remarkable teachings. This is what another of my teachers, Ajahn Buddhadasa, encouraged, not dividing the teachings into the schools of Theravada, Mahayana, or Vajrayana, but offering Buddhayana, the core living principles of awakening. As a complement to these essential teachings, I also bring in some parallel insights from our Western psychological tradition. My interest in Western psychology began after I returned from Asia and encountered problems that had not come up in the monastery. I had difficulties with my girlfriend, my family, with money and livelihood, with making my way as a young man in the world. And I discovered that I could not use silent meditation alone to transform my problems. There was no shortcut, no spiritual bypass that could spare me from the work of integration and day-to-day embodiment of the principles I had learned in meditation. To complement my Buddhist practice, I entered graduate school in psychology and sought out practice and training in a variety of therapeutic approaches: Reichian, analytic, Gestalt, psychodrama, Jungian. I became part of a growing dialogue between Eastern and Western psychology as I worked with innovative...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.